I got a variety of pallets, so all being of all different sizes, I figured I would just have to measure each one and kind of like figure out what I was going to use for what as I went along and how I was going to modify them. The nice thing about using pallets is that they are pretty much always made with hard wood. There's some pine in there, but most of them are like oak or some spruce or something solid. So it's been nice working with it. It's hard. I know it's going to be durable, structurally solid, and I'll get a lot of life out of it. So it's been kind of easy to work with. The trick with doing it this way is that you really have to like see what you have and then kind of cut pieces to fit. I put some blocking in so that I had some nailing surfaces, and I think I did end up buying like one piece of 2x6 you see there in the background. Just I needed to get a straight piece to go kind of bridge across the pallets to give me a solid base to work with. So perhaps I didn't have to do this part, but I took a torch and just kind of burned the bottom of these are the legs for the chicken coop. And I burned them a little bit just so that they would resist weathering a little bit more. So it didn't take much to do it, and I think overall it kind of does preserve the wood a little bit more. So I went ahead and did it. To bridge them together and to keep them kind of flat, I put a piece of, I had a long piece of 2 by roughly like 3 by 5 lumber that I got off of one of the pallets. And I just used that to kind of like keep everything straight and kind of give me a solid base. This is the bottom of it that I'm going to flip over after I finish screwing it together. All right, fast forward. I've got the platform up. I put the legs on. They're resting on cinder blocks, and so they're not on direct contact with the ground anyway. And the only thing I did have to purchase, aside from the two by 6s, was I had a couple pieces of plywood that I already had in my inventory that I used for the floor of the chicken coop. And as I said before, I'm kind of like working on the design as I go along, so there's really not a solid plan as to how it's going to look when it comes out. The next step, I guess, is to put up the rafters. And fortunately, I had some long pallets, so I had some 2x4s that were at least 7 feet long that kind of came out of it. And I'm not building a church or a museum or anything, so it was pretty easy to mark out the rafters. I just put them in place, marked them with a pencil, eyeballed the notches or bird's mouth, and then cut them to fit. some of the notches weren't quite tight, so I used a ratchet strap to kind of pull things together. And here is my frame, almost done. It's still in progress, but I've I got the main part of the structure up. I still have a few pieces to go, and then I can start sheathing. So the box, as you can see, this is where the chicken will drop their eggs, hopefully. But I'm using the same planks from the pallets to do all the sheathing as well. And as I said before, it's like this is a work in progress, and I'm kind of designing it as I go along. I know what my goal is, so as long as I know what I'm trying to accomplish, I should be able to pull this off and make a good looking little coop that will be comfy for the chickens. All right, so framing is complete, and I started the sheathing. I went ahead and put some plywood. Again, I had some pieces laying around the house, so I used those for the roof. And I put some tar paper on that just so that I could kind of get it out of the weather. In case we did get any rain, I didn't want to delaminate the plywood that I use for the floor since it isn't all weather rated. Now I'm putting some pieces together to make a door, basically an access door for me to get in there if I have to clean or do any kind of work inside the coop. So it's big enough for me to get through. I had a piece of glass kicking around, so I used that. And basically, most of this project is free. I don't think it cost me more than $25 to build the whole thing, since I had some hinges kicking around, some knobs kicking around. I had a couple pieces of glass, and I just kind of put it all together. And the door is, I wanted to have at least a couple of windows in there so there was some light, natural light coming in, and I didn't need to power a light bulb just so that I could do some work in there. All right, so since the chickens like to sit up high, so I put a perch in there for them to climb up on to get them kind of off the floor a little bit. All right, so now my sheathing is all done. It's actually much stronger than it would be otherwise because it's all individual planks and so a lot more nails and it's all hardwood, so it's in there pretty good. Here is the my hatch and my ramp to get in. I put a little door in there with a little lock on it so that I could close it and lock it to keep the bad guys out and the good guys in. My side door for my access, so for maintenance and what have you. So I put screen over the soffit holes, basically just so that those little vermin they are pretty creative with getting into the chicken coop. I don't know why it seems to be like bait for foxes to come around, but I sealed it up pretty good. The window I used a latch system that I kind of created, which is basically it latches and it also acts as my support for the window when it's open. And that's also just to let vent in. Of course, in the evenings I'm going to have to keep everything kind of buttoned down for raccoons stealing eggs or foxes stealing chickens. So here's the finished product. I will probably shoot another piece of the video when I get some chickens to put in it. But this is the finished product. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and you have a great day.